Well, good morning, everyone. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra. Hope you're having a great start to your day. First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here. We're going to get into those details regarding, of course, the weather the next 7 days. And, of course, we're focused certainly around travel today, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then our next big thing, which does include a chance for snow. Did I get your attention? All right, here we go. So speaking of snow, where we have the snow happening right now is where it's cold enough to happen. That would be across the state of Wisconsin. Pulling out of Minnesota, though. So if you have flight plans in this direction, you may want to double check them. Could be some delays there. Out ahead of a cold front. And you can kind of tell what that cold front is. The low spinning around where you have Minnesota. Then that cold front is curling its way up towards the Great Lakes, and then stretching southward towards Ohio. So we are out ahead of it. We're on the warm side of things. A big blob of rain missing us to the south. At one point in time, the data had that thing covering us up. So I am glad things have trended drier. And if you're traveling today, you are glad too. Or if you're just, out and about, knocking out some things, getting ready for company coming over. You have to run to the store. You still need a few ingredients. Yeah, the weather is on our side today. So travel forecasts as we progress through the rest of today, looking pretty nice and very warm conditions setting up. There's going to be some changes, though, throughout the day as that cold front starts to move into Buffalo and Syracuse, areas to the west. It's going to become breezier and turning colder. But even a look at 7 o'clock tonight, still in the 50s. Not going to last. Here it comes. Here comes a cold front. And you can see right along it, a broken line of convection, likely downpours. You'll have perhaps a few claps of thunder, and then the breeze is going to be picking up once that little burst kind of goes on through, kind of a combination effect. And this is 8 to 10 p.m., west to east. That's it, okay? So things have been looking up and up. But then here comes the cold and the wind. It doesn't fully set in, though, until Black Friday. And there you can see across the Great Lakes, there is that lake effect snow machine that's going to be happening. We'll talk about that in just a second. But our rain chance, as mentioned, is going to go from, a random isolated shower can't be ruled out, but generally a little scattered burst, short-lived. There it goes, 8 to 10 o'clock, our main round. And then we are dry. Tomorrow, no, wait a minute. That's the same thing, but it just labeled different. So we'll just get rid of that. Okay. All right. So let's get on to again a closer look at what's going to be happening. We have some breaks in the clouds today. There's that little burst of rain that moves through, and then tomorrow we start off with a lot more in the way of sunshine. And a few late-day clouds, no big deal. And then for Black Friday, could even be a few flurries around as temperatures are pretty chilly around here. All right, so for Thanksgiving morning, tomorrow morning, the Powerhouse Gym, 21st Annual Thanksgiving Day Berlin 5K, 39. You're dressing, though, for it to feel maybe mid to upper 20s to low 30s, a little breeze. The breeze starts to increase further, 10 o'clock for the Manchester Road Race, so 40 is going to probably feel more like 30, 35 degrees. So Thanksgiving Day, all in all, looking pretty good. Again, if you're traveling, you don't have wet weather to deal with. If you're outside, going for a little walk, throwing around the football, it's just going to be a little windier. So you're dressing for a feel about 10 degrees less than the afternoon high in the mid 40s. Here's what we're talking about in terms of where we're going to expect on Thanksgiving Day, the snow. And there's a lake effect snow warning. And people are used to that. So if you're heading in that direction, that's nothing new. All right, so here we go with the snow forecast going into Friday. Even the Berkshires could get a little coating. It's possible. Now, flurry is possible across our state, but it's primarily the worst of the heaviest of the snow. We're talking about 10 to 20 inches on the lee side of those lakes. And that's going to happen on Thanksgiving and into Black Friday. Now, some of the snow also a little coating up there, kind of light across the mountains. They've been getting some decent snow. Ski lovers are happy. Nice early start to the season. First Alert Futurecast showing a big dip in the jet stream. Cold front swings through, and here comes the cold air, coupled with the wind. So Black Friday is going to feel in the teens and low 20s in the morning. Yeah. not much better, as you can see, into the afternoon. Mid and upper 20-degree feel, low 30 at best. So, yeah, we're bundling up if you're going out and about doing some shopping or traveling or whatever you're doing. All right, so today, back to the warmth. Oh, spring. Oh, you feel nice. We know you're not going to last long, but it's nice to have a little taste of it every once in a while. But, yeah, it's just clouds, it's warmth, and the rain holds off until between the hours of 8 to 10 o'clock. That's the case across our entire state. So 50s to low 60s. Wow, what a very mild day. So don't have to wear that winter coat yet. And we're talking about our next big thing. This is exciting stuff, snow lovers, because you're saying there's a chance, you know? So our next big thing has to do with next Tuesday. There's right now on the table, rain and snow is possible. Amounts, too early to talk about anything like that because the timing and track is a little uncertain, as we know, this far out. But as we compare the models, just to show you what we are looking at and why we are bringing it to your attention and calling it our next big thing, because there's some agreement. We're going to see some precipitation. Okay, good chance of that right now. Can the models flip-flop? Sure. Could this pass to our south? Yes. Could this, shift north? Sure. But in terms of the amounts right now, it doesn't look like, a blockbuster system at this point in time, but it could impact Tuesday. So the development time frame is early afternoon into the evening. Doesn't look like it's going to linger into Wednesday morning as of right now. And so, yeah, I know everyone's like, what about school? What about, yeah, it's too many things we don't know at this point in time, but it is on our radar. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, leaning below average. And in terms of our precipitation outlook, beyond the 7-day is leaning slightly above average. We won't say wetter because we don't know if it's liquid or not. But it does melt to become the liquid. So, yeah, okay. We'll look at it that way, too. So here we go. 61 today, 20 degrees colder by Black Friday. And the chilliest is on Saturday. Barely getting to 40, and that breeze will make it feel very chilly outside. Showers late Sunday, and then once upon a time, again, things change quickly. We had a high of 52, remember, for Monday. Now it's 46, okay? So it's trending a little cooler. Pattern looking a little bit more active. It's all about the connection of the cold with these storm systems and where they all, meet. Will that be over us? Well, that chance for rain and snow is possible for Tuesday as of right now. So we'll keep you posted here. First Alert Weather app on social media. Remember, we're going to have another update on First Alert Weather Extra coming up at 9:30 tonight. You don't want to miss that because, of course, we'll have new data and a freshened up 7-day forecast. Have a great rest of your day. Safe traveling and happy Thanksgiving.